Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cheryl Crafts, and I'm here to talk about cyberbullying. Just like bullying, cyberbullying has become a very serious problem. Cyberbullying is when a child or teenager is harassed, humiliated, embarrassed, threatened, or tormented using the internet, cell phone, or other communication devices. There are increasing accounts of cyberbullying in the news every day. And as the internet expands and online social networks such as Facebook and MySpace expand and grow, so does cyberbullying. This type of bullying can be just as devastating as real life bullying. A few weeks ago, our best friend's 19-year-old daughter tried to commit suicide. She took an overdose of pills that her father had received for his toothache, and then she tried to slit her wrists. She'd been receiving harassing phone calls, text messages, and 2 days before the suicide attempt, they were making fun of her on Facebook, calling her fat and stupid, and other comments to this effect. She called her mom and said she couldn't take it anymore. Luckily, her mom went home and found her in time. I was truly saddened and disgusted by this, and I wish her a complete recovery. However, the scars will always be there. Her so-called best friends, who had been using her and abusing her for some time, did this to her. The young lady that we're talking about has ADHD, and she struggled most of her life. She recently graduated from high school, and there was a graduation party this summer for her. I noticed how her friends treated her at that party, and even her parents were dismayed by their actions. She just wanted to fit in, but obviously this had been going on for some time. I started this research originally to find out what the laws are and what they can do to prevent any further harassment and humiliation for their daughter. I found several sites, including Stop Bullying Now, Cyberbullying, and the Cyberbullying Research Center. There were some articles on WebMD, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, has a suicide prevention and youth suicide. There's also iSafe Incorporated, bullying statistics and tips. And I also read the Connecticut laws on bullying, which have been recently updated to include cyberbullying. Children are not only going to be covered on school grounds, but also off school grounds. The laws require anti-bullying training for all school employees. They set deadlines for administrators to investigate reports and require publicly available statistics. Connecticut has recently become the 8th state in the nation to institute this law, and it requires school officials to intervene with cyberbullying when it occurs. Parents and students are also being encouraged to get involved and participate in meetings with the schools. Statistics that I obtained from Stop Bullying Now online show that over half of adolescents and teens have been bullied online, and about the same number engage in cyberbullying. More than 1 in 3 young people have experienced cyber threats online, and over 25% have been bullied repeatedly on their cell phones or on the internet. The Hartford County Examiner recently published an article that reports that around 50% of teens have been victims, and only 1 in 10 tell their parents, and less than 1 in 5 are reported to law enforcement. The statistics on bullying and suicide are alarming. Suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death among young people, resulting in approximately 4,000 to 5,000 deaths per year, according to the CDC. For every death, there are at least 100 suicide attempts. Bully victims are 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims, according to a study done at Yale University. Bully-related suicide can be connected to any type of bullying, including physical bullying, emotional bullying, cyberbullying, and sexting, or what they do, where what they do is circulate suggestive or nude photos or messages about a person. Through cell phones, text messaging, emails, blogs, chat rooms, and other online social networks, bullies are spreading vicious rumors or posting unflattering pictures of the victims or sexually suggestive pictures to humiliate their victims. The damage to adolescents and teenagers includes developing low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, and even attempting the act of suicide. Some of the warning signs parents need to be aware of include watch your children. Are they withdrawing from others, losing interest in their favorite activities? Do they have trouble sleeping or eating? Are they talking about death and dying? Are they engaging in reckless behavior, substance abuse, or self-injury? Are they giving away their favorite possessions or saying goodbye to people? Saying or expressing that they can't take it anymore. And a couple of the comments that I heard most frequently were such things as, "You'd be better off without me." All of this leads to the question, what can parents do to stop cyberbullying? First, parents can help their children develop good self-esteem. Provide them with a loving and supportive environment at home. Parents can show their children that they're loved and cared for and worthwhile. Avoid negativity. Focus on improvement. Not perfection. They need to support and encourage achievement in their decisions. Listen to your children. Encourage exercise and extracurricular activities. Parents should show interest in their activities. Attend their recitals, their sports events, and any other activities that children are involved in. They should also encourage them to report any threats that they see online. Parents should also monitor their children's online activity and encourage them to report the threats that they see online. It is important to pay attention and be open with children to gain their confidence. Lastly, they should encourage their children to report bullying to the police. They need to know that they're not the only ones being bullied, and reporting this type of violence can help put a stop to bullying for all victims, including themselves. Parents need to know that working with the school, other parents, and law enforcement will make a difference to help stop bullying. Printing the screen of these violent actions and possibly tracing the IP addresses of the offenders can help to locate the computer or the cell phone from which the cyberbullying has taken place. Making the parents of bullies aware of these ongoing threats will also help to prevent further cyberbullying. In conclusion, I feel it is extremely important that your community take a stand against cyberbullying, teaching children to treat each other with respect and make them aware that it's unacceptable to hurt or harass others. If we all work together to stop bullies and show them that their behavior will not be tolerated and that there will be consequences to their actions, we can all help to stop cyberbullying. For more information to prevent this cyberbullying, visit Cyberbullying Research Center. Prevent cyberbullying also includes tips for parents, tips for students, tips for victims, and also tips for parents of bullies. And cyberbullying can be worse than most other types of bullying because this bullying can be anonymous and it can be meaner than it can be in person. And the bullying can come at any time or any place. Many forms of cyberbullying are against state and federal bullying laws. And in these cases, parents can contact the police for help. Please be aware that children who have been the victims or the perpetrators of cyberbullying may be at an increased risk for severe depression or suicide. And they may need counseling to overcome the harmful effects of cyberbullying. I want to thank you all for your time, and I hope that this is never a problem that you or your children have to deal with. Thank you, and have a good evening.